Alright, so first things first, I want to touch on the lighting. Now I've changed the atmospheric fog to give this night kind of scene. Before I had some daylight in here. Now it's night. Now the reason for that is it gives it a better transition for when we go underground, so it's not going from super bright to super dark. Now it's kind of mid dark to dark. Um, I've had most of this mesh in here already. Added some more grass, I guess, and stuff. Another thing, the post processing means I don't have to wait like 3 seconds at the start of the game to wait for the exposure to come up. Now everything's capped at minimum 1 and max 1. I'm pretty sure that's what I have. So yeah, and one more thing about the lighting, real quick. I used to have like 3 really huge point lights to set the light. Now I've got one directional light with some point lights supporting it, so I don't get real dark shadows. So let's say this wall right here, it would be really dark, really hard to see. Putting a point light in there just makes it a bit softer, makes the lighting look more realistic. Same with this. So first strap, simple change, I just made them go a bit faster, because I mean you're going to be holding right click here anyways, so it gives it a bit more tension, I guess. Second big change, I mean this is more to do with game theory than anything, but it's one of the free hooks. People, it kind of teaches people how to jump. Again, if they miss the jump, well, they lose nothing. They could just use the jump pad and try again. So yeah, that's pretty simple, I guess. Yep. So we jump down. Now we can see massive changes to the meshing like right away. Got these vines over here. The lighting is not as dark. We've got some cobwebs. We've got some destroyed bricks, I guess. So yeah, the positioning of some pickups has also been changed, so it's less annoying. You could pick up multiple at with the same jump, I guess. More meshes here. Added this little skeleton further up on the Y. Yes, the Y axis. Just gives the room a bit more depth and overall just more interesting to look at. Now we've got this big door. Now one it makes, I don't know, makes the overall level just look a bit more interesting, but two, it kind of symbolises, well, I'll go past this door, there must be something going on here. So we encounter the first bigger set of traps. So this overall room just got massive rework basically. I made it, I made it a lot larger so that I was able to space out the traps. The bouncing kind of death loop doesn't occurs often, and I was able to add this thing in, which adds a lot of depth, makes it look a lot cooler. Whereas before, it was just a plain wall in the background, looked kind of boring. But now looks pretty dope. Right, so these straps, moved it back on the y-axis because there were a lot of problems with people being able to jump on top of these. So now all you really need to do is just time your movement, duck here, and you're ready to go. This platform, nothing really changed, just kind of changed the mesh on it, plus gave some back mesh, I guess, to make it look a bit more realistic, so it's not just floating in the air. So yep, move over here, and this is pretty much the same. Yeah, since, I mean, from my feedback, a lot of people like this strap. They were saying that it gives the level a bit more pace, a bit more tension. This is kind of like the main trap. It's got kind of everything at once. You have to time your jump, you have to duck, you have to do everything. So this is a new addition. Now there's a checkpoint right here, and that's because here I introduced the player to a new mechanic, which I'm surprised a lot of people haven't figured out when making their levels. Basically crouch jumping. If you crouch in the middle of your jump, you get a bit more height. You can access higher platforms. So that's one thing, and since it is a new mechanic, there's a checkpoint right there, so in case anyone fails the jump, then they lose nothing and they can just try again. So yeah, that's that. Now this balcony that used to be up here, you can't jump up to it anymore, but I'll tell you why later on in a second. So this trap right here, nothing changed, pretty much. The floor trigger has been moved slightly, I guess. I don't know. Having the pickup here maybe makes the player notice the floor trigger more. Because if you're smart enough, you can just jump through this, right, and the thing doesn't activate the auto traps. But yeah, if you go over, you'll be like, oh, pick up, and then they'll trigger it by accident. So yeah, here I just added some grass, kind of camouflage the trap. I see like a lot of games wherever there's like these kind of arrow traps, or yeah, these arrow traps, they'll have some sort of mesh in front of it just to like hide them, which in this case kind of looks weird, right? Because this is the only part of the level where there's this amount of grass in one space, so you're kind of gonna, figure out that there's something going on here. But yep, nothing much has changed here. This is all the same pretty much. This room's a bit lighter than before. In here we get the an interaction message now, because I know a lot of people, after I've had people test the game that have never, touched the framework before, and they didn't know how to like interact with switches. So I've just got a hidden helper here, so you can't actually see it, but the message still pops up whenever you pass the hitbox. So you hit this, the wall still moves back like it did before, and it forces the player to take this route again, which, well, we go back to the jump pad to either get on the next level because we opened the door, or if some people notice the particle effect down here, you can even notice the pickup, then they can discover the secret level. Now this room is probably the biggest change I've made. If you remember correctly, it used to be flipped. You would have to go to the left side and then take the elevator up and do a whole loop again. Whereas a lot of people told me that they got a bit confused as to where they should go, and yeah, so this path will take you back up to the balcony that we cannot access anymore, and it gives the player kind of like more direction now as to where they should go next. And also it just looks super cool. Like, come on, how good does this look? No? Okay, well, at least I tried to make it look cool. Oh yeah, some pickups don't pick up properly. I'm not sure why, but that's nothing that there's nothing that I can do about it. It's probably just the framework. So yeah, we come up here, and yeah. So it kind of makes sense now that we're up there just to go here next, since this is the only place that we haven't explored yet, right? So, and these crushers, by the way, they're made bigger and there's less of them now, because when all of them were next to each other, if someone got crushed by them, they'll kind of glitch out in between them, since there was no room to launch the player to. So now having like that bit of space in between them allows the player model to be able to have a how do I word this? There's a space to exist. There you go. Well, obviously two things can't exist in one space, so you know what I mean. I'm sure you do. And yeah, that was 10 minutes. So the usual game length is about, I think it was 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes. But since I did a bit of talking, 9 minutes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.